Albert Speer, Hitler's architect, and later armaments minister. In 1945, Speer was a high-value target for the Allies. And back in 1936, as Germany prepared to host the Olympic Games, he helped to construct the facade of a peace-loving Third Reich. At the Nuremberg war crimes trials in 1946, Albert Speer managed to escape execution. He was the highest-ranking Nazi to do so.
The Soviets wanted to sentence him to death or life in prison.
Would you state your full name, please?
The problem was he could not be found guilty on conspiracy to commit aggressive war or crimes against the peace because Speer was not a minister until 1942. Because he seemed sympathetic somehow to the British and the Americans, he was given kind of a compromise sentence of 20 years.
He did accept some responsibility, and this caused a lot of antagonism between him and the other defendants. I don't think this bothered Speer because his whole intent was to separate himself from the rest.
If Hitler had had any friends, I would have been his friend. I owe him the enthusiasm and glory of my youth, as well as belated horror and guilt.
He had served a criminal regime, but somehow he was blind to its criminality. This was a very popular story for most Germans. If he was bewitched by Hitler early on, if he didn't know the worst atrocities, then the story would work for them as well.
And in 1945, millions of Germans like Albert Speer needed a story. At least 8 million former Nazis survived the war. These men and women would need to be questioned.